Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Rowell. Alright, we're going to do something today I haven't done in a long time. We're going to do a restaurant review. This is a place I've been driving by over and over again ever since I moved here, because let's face it, it's right next to the Home Depot, so you know how many times I've been there. And I've always wondered about the food that's there. It's kind of a fast food, not necessarily fast food, it's a sit-down restaurant type environment that serves Italian food. And next to Mexican food, Italian food is one of my favorite things. So this place is called Fazoli's. It isn't exactly a one-off restaurant. According to their website, there's more than 200 of them across 25 states. So it's very possible that there's one in your own state if you get a chance to check it out. Like I said, I love Italian food, and I've been meaning to check this place out for a long time. So today is the day. Let's go to Fazoli's. All right, this is Fazoli's. Like I said, there's about 220 of these in 25 states, so I don't know. We'll find out if it's any good and give you our honest opinion of it. And like I said, I've driven by this thing 100 times because that's my Home Depot right there across the street. So obviously I know about this place. And just like every other company in the United States, they're hiring. Alright, so this is more like a fast food place than I thought. You actually go up to the counter and order your food up there, and then they deliver it to the table. So it isn't a traditional, like a sit-down restaurant. It's more like a fast food place, but stuff looks pretty good. What I ordered was the baked lasagna, some mozzarella cheese sticks, and of course my go-to, a big giant Sprite. Alright, there's my lasagna and my cheese bread. Apparently you get free cheese bread with all the meals. The mozzarella sticks are still coming, so we're gonna wait on those, but I'm gonna give this a taste test and see if this is any good. Alright, taste the lasagna. That's pretty good, actually. That's really good. Good marinara sauce, lots of different cheese in it. Oh yeah, very good. Let's try the breadsticks here. Those are actually really good. They're very, very flaky, very light. Delicious flavor. Alright, my mozzarella spears have arrived. They look pretty good too. Let's give that a taste test. Yeah, those are really good too. A little on the hot side, but that's what I expect when they're freshly baked. They're gonna be a little hot, but very tasty. Like I said, I love them. I love the marinara sauce that they serve here. It's both good on the lasagna and as the dipping sauce for the mozzarella balls. So yeah, good job. All right, so that was actually a pretty good little meal. Filled me up. It was really tasty, and it was actually pretty reasonably priced too. I got that whole meal for about $14. So, you know, and I probably had more than I had to, but the lasagna was good. It was filling. The cheese sticks were really good. The mozzarella balls were fantastic. Yeah, I definitely recommend this. If you get a chance, check out Fazoli's. Like I said, they're in about 25 different states, and you probably find something you like. So I'm gonna go try and find a couple other things to do to get myself in trouble, and then we'll go from there. Now, as you know, I've been thinking about or doing some planting out here in this little corner in the back of the yard. I put a bunch of stuff in here last year, but none of it really survived. It all kind of died out in the big freeze or in the kind of the summer that followed. One of the problems, you know, one of the things I wanted to do in here was put some bluebonnets in here, and unfortunately bluebonnets are sun lovers, and maybe under a tree isn't the best place for a sun lover. So all that died off, and of course I got the remains of the palm trees that are still here, and they didn't make it. That's my Christmas tree that I had last year for Christmas, and that's still doing well. We'll put that in the ground at some point. But while I was out doing the picking up the supplies for the modification I made to the storm shelter in the last video, I made an impulse buy and bought some of these. These are basically bulbs for something called elephant ears. Elephant ears is kind of a tropical plant that has big, giant, enormous leaves that kind of resemble elephant ears, and that's why they get the name that they have. And I thought, you know what, that's going to maybe be a better match for something in here that's going to be mostly shady for almost all the day. You got to remember the sun comes up over there, goes this way, and then goes down over there. So for almost all of the day, this thing's going to be at part shade at best. So something like this maybe will do very well. My philosophy on plants has always been put something in an area, see if it does well, and if it doesn't do well, try something else. Keep trying until you find something that works. So we're going to put these in the ground and let's see what happens. There'll be more things going in here at some point, but right now let's get those in and get those going. And that just means digging a little bit of a hole here. They recommend digging a hole that's maybe a little about 3 inches deeper than the size of the pod there. And I mean, these pods are big. That's like the size of a football. So we're gonna dig probably one right about here and probably one right about there, and then we can put other stuff around it too, you know, stuff that'll enjoy the low light. And you know, the big leaves from this thing, when it takes off, that will help reduce the amount of light getting down to the ground. And hopefully we'll get something interesting in here, and it'll look kind of cool. And actually, I think I've changed my mind a little bit about the positioning. I was originally thinking like here and here, but I think I'm going to put them like right here in this corner and right over there in that corner, and that'll just kind of frame everything else that goes in between. So dug a hole that's probably about 12 inches deep. We're going to put the first one in here, bury it up, and then we'll put the other one over there, and we'll see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? It'll die and we'll try something else, right? All right, one down, one to go. All right, we got them both in the ground, and I'm going to start off by giving them a good drink. That's one of the things they say, that these things do well when they get a lot of water. So sprinklers ran last night, so we're just going to give it a little local drink with a garden hose right now. Soil's already pretty moist, but that's okay. Like I said, if this is a plant that likes a lot of water, then it will like a lot of water, right? That's how that usually works. May take a couple weeks for these things to start blooming or start budding, but that's okay. I'm into this for the long haul, so if it takes 2 or 3 years for this to turn into something cool, then we'll see you in 2 or 3 years. And of course we can't forget this one here. This needs a good drink too. I'm leaving a lot of the leaf waste in here because that will kind of decompose and turn into kind of a natural fertilizer, which will definitely help things. Gonna ultimately have to do something with this ivy. I don't know. This kind of comes in from the neighbors' yards. And I don't know if it's a weed or what, but it will take over this whole area if you let it. So might as well give the Christmas tree a little bit of a drink too, right? Since we're here. And a little bit more over here again, just because I'm sure it's all soaked in now. It blows me away how much spring has taken over and how quickly things bounce back. Just a couple weeks ago, this entire lawn was brown. And, you know, I was actually really a little concerned that maybe I'd killed it off in the past winter. But holy cow, is it coming back. And the front yard is even better shape because that gets a lot of direct sunlight in the morning. So I'm glad to see the yard is bouncing back. That's always a nice thing to see here. You know, I wasn't always that easy at controlling, making the yard look good in California, but it's a lot easier here. So anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.